Hello again and welcome to the Ash Engine app. The name is the Ash and today we'll be looking at basic editing in Figma. On the matter of editing, I'll probably make 3 or 4 videos based on editing because for editing in Figma it entails a lot, and also so that you'll be able to watch and practice much more easily and effectively. Now if you take a look at the toolbar, when you right click on this down arrow, have you seen we see move hand to scale? So far you know what the move does, but we don't know what the other tool does. With the hand tool, selecting it allows us to move or shift the canvas just by holding the left mouse button. Click just by holding the left mouse button at any area and moving the canvas as you like. For those using mouse, you can just hold the scroll wheel, you'll be able to do just as same had you selected the hand tool from the toolbar. Everything achieve the same effect. Next is the scale tool. The purpose of the scale tool is to allow us to increase or reduce the size of an object evenly. What do I mean by that? Let me explain. So let's take this rectangle for instance. Let me copy it and paste. So let me go and paste it here. So we have the object here. So we have the scale selected. Let me add another object. Okay. So now for the scale tool, as I said, it allows us to increase or reduce the size of an object proportion evenly. So in order to explain this, pay attention to the position and also the dimension as I make use of the scale on this object. So right now we have the scale selected. So we just hover at the edges. So in this case I'll choose the right edge, hold the left mouse button, then you drag. So as you can see that the dimensions, the width and the height of the, the rectangle is increasing proportionally, so as the position. So that is the use of the scaling tool. So had we used the move tool to increase the size of the object, so you can see that it's only the width which increases. So that's basically the purpose of the scale tool. Using the scale tool, we can increase or reduce the selected object evenly in width and in height, and also in position too. Now that we've gotten an understanding of how these three works, let's go back to today's purpose, which is basic editing in Figma. So in order to edit an object, you select it just by left clicking on it, and as you can see, the selected object can be moved around the Figma canvas just by left clicking on it while holding it and moving the mouse around. Have you seen you can move the object around? And for a selected object, you can increase the size either by hovering the mouse at the edges. And as you can see the the arrow shape, double arrow shape. Then you can move it to the right, to the left, or to the right to increase or reduce the object. You can also do that for the bottom too, and as you can see, you can increase the object as you want. If also if you prefer, you can just come here. The H represents the height and the W represents the width of the object. So just by changing the number here to, let's say, 200, as you can see, the width of the object was, the height of the object was increased to 200. So let's change the width to 550, and as you can see, the width was reduced to 50 as was set here. So that's one way to increase or decrease the size of an object. Also, okay, so now in Figma, let's say you've created an object. Let's say you create a square. You accidentally created a shape which you don't want, and you want to remove or clear it from the canvas. All that you need to do is just select it, then just click on the delete key on the keyboard to remove the object. Now let me resize this one. Alright, so let's pick this rectangle, then we select it. Now to change the color of this rectangle, to give it a general color, all that you need to do is just come to the section called fill, then you right click on this cube over here, then you choose any color of your choice. So in this case, let's choose red. Move the 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 I don't know, let's call it a dot here. So just move the circular dot from here, the small circle, to which part or which area which has the color that you want. If you prefer other colors too, you can just move the bar here, there, then you set the object to the color that you want. Now, as you can see, let me zoom in. In order to zoom in on the canvas, just move the mouse pointer here, then select zoom to 200%, then just, alright, we've successfully zoomed in on the object. So as you can see, the square or the rectangle that we have here has sharp edges. So assuming we want it to have curved or round edges, you just come to this area, so the section called appearance, then you move on to the subsection called corner radius. So let's increase the corner radius to 20, then hit on enter, and as you can see, the sharp edges that were initially there has been curved at both vertices. But now, what if we are interested in only one or two? What if you are interested in only running up one or two or three edges of the square rather than all of them? In order to do that, you just click on this square, this small square outline close to the corner radius. So when you click on it, based on the desktop app that I'm using, the 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 outline here, what you are seeing here corresponds to each vertices here. So the top left vertices correspond to this, and the top right vertex correspond to that. So one that this side corresponds to this side, and also this side corresponds to this side. So what if you are interested in only having the bottom of the rectangle? So to do that, all that you need to do is just set the others to 0, and as you can see, we have only the bottom vertices being curved. So you're only interested in curving only one, you just set this one to 0, and as you can see, you have only this part or these vertices only curved. So that's how you run up the edges of a rectangle. So let's set it up to 0, and you're good to go. Now select it back. Now what if you want to tilt or rotate this rectangle by a certain angle? To do that, you come to this section called rotation. So let's say you want to rotate it by 60, degrees. So just type 60 and just type enter. As you've seen, the rectangle was rotated through the clockwise direction 60 degrees. It was rotated clockwise direction by 60 degrees. So this is basically the basic editing in normal selection mode. In my next video, I'll show or demonstrate how editing or basic editing in vector selection mode is done. Thank you very much for your time. Make sure to like this video, share and comment. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you'll be encouraged to post more videos. It helps a lot. Also keep your notification bell icon active so that you'll be notified whenever we post new videos.